Okay, this is Ian with CenterCam showing you how to focus the CenterCam lens. So I'm gonna pull the curtains back and we're gonna show you the strings and the puppet show. So the way our tech works, there's an image sensor and then there's an actual lens as opposed to an integrated image sensor lens combo like you have on your smartphones. What that means is it behaves kind of like a DSLR camera. You think photographers, they have their camera body, then they have the lens, and when they want to get it just so, they actually manually focus it with a ring, and that's what we're doing here. We're actually adjusting the lens distance from the image sensor, and that's how you achieve focus. So it's pretty simple. There's a lock nut here. It behaves just like a standard nut that you would put on a bolt or even a light bulb. Anything threaded is usually righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so it behaves the same way. Sometimes this is on there pretty good. 99% of the time I'm able to do it with my bare hands. If you don't have as good of a pincer grip, then you might want to get a tool like a needle nose plier just to break that. And so you can see there's a really small, I guess, piece of plastic there. It's clearly not part of the camera body, clearly not part of the lens. That's what you're trying to get. So you can see it moves independently from the lens. Sometimes you actually have to do it, use whatever resources you have available. This one's a little bit tighter, so it's harder for me to get that moving independently from the lens. The main thing we're trying to do here, though, as we're trying to adjust the focus of the lens, we're trying to not pull the lens all the way out. It is kind of a pain to get the threads in there. You have to have a good feel for it. They're fine threads, they're not coarse threads, and so you have to have a good feel for when the threads actually line up to be able to cinch it in. And so they shouldn't be off by more than a turn. They're factory focused at our factory, and there isn't a lot of human error involved in it, but sometimes a factory assembly worker will focus it and then tighten the lock nut. The adjustment of just the lock nut can actually push the camera lens out a little bit and make it a little bit fuzzy. That's supposed to be checked. Sometimes it's missed. Sometimes things adjust in shipping a little bit. So there is room for a little bit of error there, and it's actually pretty simple to fix. So I've showed you the mechanism. Now let's look at how you actually fix it. So here we are, and I just kind of fiddled with it, and you can see I'm still in focus there, but let me unfocus it so you can kind of see how that looks. I just went one direction. I'm super fuzzy. I get fuzzier as I move away. If I were to put my hands right there, see how crisp that is? So we know that we have a near focus, we're unfocused, fuzzy away. So what I probably need to do is screw it in a little bit farther, and that achieves focus based on my workstation. If I was in a laptop, I might want to crisp it up even closer. If I know that my workstation is farther away, then it might be some ready fire aiming involved. If I have if I'm 3 feet away from it, then I may have to adjust it, go back to where I'm going to be, adjust it again, go back to where I'm going to be. Critical component for the lifespan of the CenterCam is that's a half a turn. It might have even been a third. It's not much. So if you find as you turn it, you're getting fuzzier, go the other way. And by fuzzier, what I mean is, see, I can still tell who I am, then I get more and more pixelated, and then I'm only another half a turn from the lens coming out. So we want to try to avoid that. And then I'm back in focus, and that is how you focus the CenterCam lens.